episode of HollowLyfe.
The journey is worth more than the destination. Oftentimes we glamorize the end result of when people reach success and what it looked like, and we shame the actual process and the journey that it took us to actually go and get there. We have to learn to experience the journey and love the journey, because when we love the journey and we focus on the journey, passion becomes profit. You understand? When we encounter lessons we've never encountered before, or oftentimes we encounter the same lesson every single time, and we would keep encountering the same lesson every single time until we learn that lesson. Life has growing pains, and life is all about adapting and changing. No one should stay the same throughout life, and people who stay the same throughout life, within observation of everything I've seen, they remain complacent and they do not grow. To me, there's no such thing as peak potential, because us as human beings, we always have a chance to evolve. No one should want to be perfect, because if you want to be perfect, that means you are forfeiting your chance to change and evolve. So in modern day terms, what's next for us? What is our next step? When we encounter challenges, it matters what we do. Moving forward matters, but how we move forward. We must acknowledge that we are human beings. She left you. He left you. Are you not sad? Do you not deserve the right to be sad? Yes, be sad. Relish in those emotions. Sometimes we have to let go people, and when people walk away from us, or we have to let them go, life is teaching us that certain people are not meant to stay. We have to let go of the things that are not meant for us. Be sad, but also appreciate the time that you spent together. Appreciate the lessons and the things that you learned throughout that relationship, because good or bad, lessons come throughout everything, and it's what you take out of that relationship. And that's why we repeat lessons, because we don't take lessons. We just look at things with our emotions and our emotions only, and that hinders us. We have to learn and grow throughout these situations. Otherwise, we're consistently putting ourselves in situations where we take damage and we're not even learning our lesson. Most people don't live because they don't want to take the risk of learning. A lot of people feel like they don't want to take risks for other reason, but the main reason because they don't want to learn and fail. Sometimes you have to fail to understand. A lot of times you have to fail to understand. Just like I'm traversing this land in Crocs and I shouldn't be doing this, and it's dangerous. Even in lessons that will cause you to lose your life. People talk behind your back. People are going to talk regardless, no matter what you do or what they say. But that is a learning lesson for you to continue to be who you want to be and live the way you want to live in this life. Do not let gender-related stigmas or any stigma of the world, of anybody that's a human being and bleed the way you do, dictate to where you want to live your life. It does not matter. Don't be afraid to live in your truth, because rather you do things perfect or rather you want perfect at all, the world will speak. If you was a perfect individual living in a world full of imperfect individuals, those imperfect individuals won't see you as perfect, so they will still have something to say about you. No matter what, people will have something to say about you. Learn that the only opinion and perspective that matters is your own. You cannot control what people do or say or think about you. You can only dictate and define your own actions. I've lost things that I put my whole entire heart to. I've lost things that I put blood, sweat, and tears and straight dedication, and I've lost my mind for. And it shattered me, and it broke me. And every single time I lost it, every single time I got it back. And I learned something about myself. I learned that I'm a survivor. I learned that sometimes I will lose everything, and I learned that I can sometimes get it back. I learned that a lot of times I can get it back. And in the midst of it breaking me down, in the midst of it making me tired, I'm getting stronger every time I rise above that. While I'm going through the motion, it doesn't feel like I'm getting stronger. But when I continue to go through it and I reach the end destination, I've came out stronger than I went in. I'm starting over now. And sometimes it doesn't feel okay. Sometimes it feels wrong, but it is okay to start over. It is okay to open up a new chapter of your life, depending on the situation. Regardless, at the end of the day, if you did it negative or you did it positively, at the end of the day, it's your life. And you don't have to worry about anyone else or accommodate anyone else if you don't want to. That does have a backlash, and sometimes we do hurt people and make people suffer behind us choosing a new path, choosing to start over. But in the end, it's your right in it as a human being. Things have probably always been hard for you. Things have always been hard for me. And I've lost so much behind my life being a series of unfortunate events. Oftentimes I feel like I'm cursed and I have bad luck. And when I deal with people, when you go through so much, sometimes on the outside view, it looks like you're fucking up. But if people don't have life against them in certain situations, they'll never understand. And that was another growing pain. And that was a learning lesson. Because when you feel like the whole world is against you, everybody's against you, everything is against you, and no matter when you take 10 steps forward, life pulls you backwards, it can make you bitter. It wanted to make me bitter, but I didn't allow it to let me be bitter. Because whether my problems are here today or tomorrow, the result will still be the same. And yes, you can sometimes choose to rewrite your brain, but sometimes when you go through so much, it's hard to do that. But I choose to be thankful and appreciative still of the life that was given to me, because I'm here regardless. And had I not learned these lessons and shared these experiences, I would be dumbfounded and in bliss, just like everybody else. And not to say that that puts me above anyone else and that puts you above anybody else, but we have a clear understanding and conscious about things that are going on around us and why they happen and what they've learned from it. What we learned from it, what you learned from it. Within my life of quite literally feeling like I was born to go through everything and suffer and continuously lose, oftentimes I wondered what was next for me. I still wonder what's next for me. And honestly, I'm learning to release the reins of control. What's next for me is I'm going to continue learning, I'm going to continue growing, and I'm going to continue to adapt, adjust, and change and reach peak potential and continue to reach peak potential. Everything isn't going to be peaches and cream, and honestly, I'm hurting about a lot of things, and there is a lot of things I'm not able to heal from, but I can honestly say I am proud of how far I came. I went from being on the streets of Miami, homeless, eating out of the trash can, kicked out, abused, raped, molested, emotionally abused, took advantage of. I ended up putting my own share of pain out there. I've crossed certain people. I've hurt certain people. I've made people question certain things. I've been a villain and I've been a victim. Been in a lot of shoes. I've been a great friend. I've been an okay friend. I've been an amazing friend. Never been a bad friend. I'm trying to be a better person and develop more into myself. And I'm going to get there. I'm completely okay with being alone for the rest of my entire life. I'm completely okay with teaching you guys. I'm completely okay with landing in people's lives and showing them what my love looks like, what love could look like. I never leave anyone. I've never left anyone. Everyone has always left me, but that is okay, because everyone leaving me has taught me that I'm the most solid person I know.